Hello and welcome to Enlargements with Cube Education. In this quite mini lecture, we are going to go through some exam questions based on whole number enlargements. So we're going to enlarge shapes on a grid by a whole number scale factor, such as 2 or 3. So let's get started. Okay, so for this first question, it says, on the grid, enlarge the shape by a scale factor of 2. And all that means is that we are going to make all of these sides twice in length. Okay, so we're going to times them by 2. So the first thing we're going to look at is this section here. Now with this one, it doesn't tell you where you need to draw it, so you can just draw it anywhere. So going down there is 3, so we need to change that to 6. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I know that this is 1, so I know it must be 2 going up there. And then this is 1, so it must be 2 up there. Then this is 2, so it must be 4. This is 1, so it must be 2. So we're just doubling everything. And then you can do this bit here because that's 1, so it'll be 2. And then the last thing you need to do is just join them up. Now, you can use a ruler, obviously, because you need to make sure it's accurate in your exam. So make sure you take a ruler with you. Okay, it's very important. Okay, let's have a look at another question then. So this second question says, on the grid, enlarge the shape again by a scale factor of 2. Now, just to remind you, you get 2 marks for things like this. So let's start with this one here. This is 2. So we're going to double that, giving us 4. All right. Then this bottom one here, 3. So we're going to do 6. This is 2, so 4. Then this is 1, so that must be 2. And then finally we can just link them up. Okay, and you have enlarged that by a scale factor of 2, and that's fine because actually it doesn't tell you where on the grid to draw it, and it just says scale factor 2, so that's perfect. Alright, so let's have a look at this one then. Now this one says that you've got to enlarge the shaded triangle by a scale factor of 2 with a centre of 0. So a centre of 0, so let me just grab my pen. A centre of 0 is here. Okay, so what you need to think is, how did you get from there to there? Okay, because we want to start our shape from this area, not from here. So we need to do our x-axis first. So we need to kind of go across here, okay, and then go down to get to that shape. So I moved 1 across in my x-axis. Now, if we just check the question, it says that I want a scale factor of 2, okay? So because I want a scale factor of 2, I know that I've moved 1 across here, okay, and 1 down. So if it's a scale factor of 2, it means I need to move 2 across and 2 down, meaning that my new shape will start just there. Okay? Then what you're going to do is work out how you got from there to this point. So we went across 1 and up 3. Well, because it's a centre of enlargement is here, we need, and it's an enlargement of scale factor 2, we actually need to go across 2 because we double that 1 and up 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and our new point would be there. Then finally what you're going to do is you are going to work out how to get from there to this last point just here. And you go across 3 and down 1, which means instead we're going to go across 6, so 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, sorry, and down 2, 1, 2, okay? And as you can see, those points are going to make a triangle. So if I just get my ruler, and we're going to join all those points up now. Okay, 1, sorry, all in yellow, I didn't mean to actually do that, but never mind. Okay. 2, and finally 3, giving you your final triangle. Okay, so I'll go through another one of those, and you can see that this is now going to be our new shape, and you can just colour it in like that in the exam. With your pencil, obviously, not with a yellow. Alright. Or you can just make the outline darker, whatever. Okay, let's go through another one then, because I know it can be quite complicated. Okay, so this one gives us the grid, and it says to enlarge the shaded triangle by a scale factor of 2 with centre C. Now, centre C is obviously here where it says the centre. So let's start with this first point then. How do we get from here to here? And we go across 1, 2, and up 1. Okay. Now, we're trying to enlarge it by a scale factor of 2, so we need to double those values. So instead, we're going to go across to 4 and up 2. So our new point would be there. Okay, I'm just going to erase that so it's not in the way. Okay, then we're going to work out how we get to this point. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, and up 1. So instead, we're going to go across 8, which would be here, and up 2, which would be here. So that's our other new point. And finally, we're going to work out how we got to there. Well, if you're clever enough, you'll realise that actually we're just doubling the scale factor now. So now that we know where our new line will be, so we know that our new base is actually going to be here, because those are the 2 points that we've just plotted. And we also know that this length here, if I do that in green, is 3. And because that length is 3, we know it must be double that. So it's going to have to be 6. So 3, 6, it goes up to there. Okay, and then we can just get our ruler back out and finish off our triangle. If I can, quite quickly. Okay, there you go. And there's your finished enlarged shape. Now, this might be a different way to how you've been taught at school. This is just the way that I think, well, that I understand and that I enjoy teaching. So if you would like to see the other method, please comment on the video and I will put a video on of the other method. Okay, let's have a look at another question then. Okay, so this time it says on the grid, enlarge the shaded shape by a scale factor of 2 with a centre of 1, 1. So what we're going to do is we're going to plot our centre point. So the centre was 1, 1. Okay, just here. So if the centre point's 1, 1, then that'll be there. Okay, 1, 1. Alright. So what we're going to do now then is we are going to work out each of our points and double everything. So the first one then, we've got to work out how to get to there. Well, all we had to do was go across 1. So our new point would actually be there because we're doubling it. So that's 2 spaces across. That's our new point. Then we can work out how we get to here. Well, to get to there, we go across 1 and up 1, 2, 3. Which means actually we need to go across 2, 1, 2, and up 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that'll be our new point just there. Okay, so I'm just going to get rid of that bit. Then we're going to work out how we get to here. Now that one's easy. Sorry, this one. That one's easy because this is 2. So I know from that point to that point it must be 4. So I'm just going to go across 4 and put my new point in. Okay. And now also we know that from there to there, so if we were going to work out this last point here on the shape, because this is actually the point of our new shape, okay, we won't actually have to do that because to get from here, here to here on the shape, it's only 1. So to get from there to our new point, it must be 2. So it must go there. Okay, I'm not going to get my ruler out, it just takes too long, but here is a kind of sketch of the shape. Okay, and oops, kind of, almost. There we go. Alright, so you are enlarging each side by 2 from a certain point on the grid. And there is your new shape. Okay, another question then, question 6. Describe fully the single transformation which takes shape A onto shape B. So for this one, you've got two shapes and we want to know what we've done to get from this to this. So what we need to think about is, first of all, how big has it got? So this is 1 and this is 3. So we know that it's going to have a scale factor of 3 because to get from 1 to 3, you have to times by 3. So it has a scale factor of 3. Okay, to get from there to there, we times by 3, which means that's our scale factor. So we know that bit. We then need to decide if it's been moved around a certain point. So the way we can do that is if we say, right, we'll start from the centre. Let's see if it's moved from the centre. All right. So if we got from there to there, we know that we only had to go 1 square. And it should be 3 squares to there if it's from the centre point because it's a scale factor 3. So 1, 2, 3. And it is. So we know that because it's a scale factor of 3 and I've gone from 0 to the edge of the shape, which is 3 squares long in total, it means that it's been enlarged, okay, with scale factor 3 from centre 0, 0. Now, most of the time in your exams, if they ask you a question like this, it's usually from the centre. Okay, so if you get confused and you're not sure, think about the scale factor and how big it is and say that and then just put centre 0, 0, even if you're not sure, because it might be the right answer. Usually in the foundation paper, they only ask you questions that have a centre of 0, which is why I went there straight away. Okay, I didn't work it out any other way. I just tried it to see if it worked. All right, and if it didn't work, then I would have tried a different point. Okay. All right, so let's try another question then. So here we have some triangles, and it is asking us to describe fully the single transformation which maps triangle T onto triangle C. And as you can see, you get 3 marks for this question. So let's have a look then. So first of all, let's have a look at the enlargement. How big has it got? So this measures 2 and this measures 6. Well, 2 times 3 is 6, which means it's got a scale factor of 3. And has it gone from centre 0? Well, to get from there to there is 1, and that's 1, 2, 3. So yes, it has been enlarged. So I'm just going to write this down here. Okay, it's an enlargement with scale factor 3. And see what I mean? It's from 0, 0 again. From centre 0, 0. Okay, and that will give you your total 3 marks there. Okay, so that is as difficult as it gets in terms of enlargements with simple scale factors. And what I mean by that is, like, you've been given here a scale factor of 2. And that's like, I say simple because it's a whole number. So in future videos, we're going to have a look at negative scale factors, as well as fractional scale factors. Okay, so that'll be coming soon. All right, so well done. Okay, so thank you so much for using Cuba Education, and I hope to see you next time.